Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into a part of the Book of Mormon that I find incredibly moving. The story of Christ ministering to the Nephites.
It's in 3rd Nephi, chapter 17.
Right, chapter 17.
It's full of compassion and vivid imagery.
Yeah, you really see that right away. Like in verse 2, Jesus recognizes that the people might be overwhelmed by his words.
He tells them, I perceive that ye are weak, that you cannot understand all my words which I am commanded of the Father to speak unto you at this time.
He knows they need a moment.
Exactly.
And then he gives them some really practical advice.
He says, therefore, go ye unto your homes, and ponder upon the things which I have said, and ask of the Father in my name that ye may understand, and prepare your minds for the morrow, and I come unto you again. That's verse 3.
He doesn't just want them to hear him.
No.
He wants them to really understand.
He wants them to internalize it.
It's a good reminder for all of us, I think.
No, absolutely.
Sometimes we rush through scripture study, but taking time to ponder can bring so much more meaning.
Couldn't agree more. And then what happens next just shows Christ's incredible empathy.
He sees their physical needs.
And he takes the time to heal them.
And he doesn't just heal a few people.
No, not at all.
Verse 7 says, he healed all who were sick or afflicted in any manner.
It says he healed the sick and they're afflicted and they're lame and with their blind and with their dumb and with all them that were afflicted in any manner.
That's verse 9.
Yes.
Wow. Can you imagine witnessing that?
It's incredible.
That boundless compassion. It's breathtaking. And then we see how the people react.
It's a powerful image.
Verse 10 describes how they did bow down at his feet and did worship him, and as many as could come for the multitude did kiss his feet, insomuch that they did bathe his feet with their tears.
Their gratitude was so overwhelming.
Yeah, you can almost feel it. Their awe at what they just witnessed. And then the tone shifts a bit.
We go from healing and rejoicing to something much more introspective.
Jesus tells everyone to kneel.
And then he kneels down himself.
And he prays.
But it's not just any prayer.
Verses 14 and 15 say that Jesus groaned within himself and said, Father, I am troubled because of the wickedness of the people of the house of Israel. And when he had said these words, he himself also knelt upon the earth, and behold, he prayed unto the Father, and the things which he prayed cannot be written, and the multitude did bear record who heard him.
We don't know exactly what he said.
It's like a holy mystery.
The text tells us that the words were too sacred, too powerful to be recorded.
But we see how deeply he cared for the people, a concern so great it couldn't be expressed. We get a glimpse of how those who heard the prayer were affected, though.
Oh, definitely.
Verses 16 and 17 describe it like this. The eye hath never seen, neither hath the ear heard before, so great and marvelous things as we saw and heard Jesus speak unto the Father. And no tongue can speak, neither can there be written by any man. Neither can the hearts of men conceive so great and marvelous things as we both saw and heard Jesus speak.
They're struggling to put it into words.
Yeah, it was an experience beyond human language, something that touched them on a level beyond comprehension.
It's like when you experience something so awe-inspiring, you just don't have the words.
Exactly. The impact remains even if we can't fully articulate it. And then, after this deeply personal prayer, something even more extraordinary happened.
Yeah, amazing.
Verses 23 and 24 tell us, And he spake unto the multitude, and said unto them, Behold your little ones. And as they looked to behold, they cast their eyes towards heaven, and they saw the heavens open, and they saw angels descending out of heaven, as it were, in the midst of fire. And they came down and circled those little ones about, and they were encircled about with fire, and the angels did minister unto them.
Angels descending from heaven.
Surrounded by fire, ministering to the children. What do you think about the symbolism of fire here?
That's interesting. Fire often symbolizes purification or divine presence.
Maybe even a consuming love.
It could represent the purity and innocence of the children, or maybe the intensity of God's love for them.
We see fire associated with God in other parts of the Book of Mormon too,
Right.
like on Mount Sinai. And when the brother of Jared sees the finger of the Lord.
It definitely represents something divine and powerful.
And it's interesting that the angels are ministering to the children specifically.
It really emphasizes the importance of protecting and nurturing the young.
And maybe it also shows that even children can have profound spiritual experiences.
It's a beautiful reminder that God's love and care extend to all of his children.
This whole scene really highlights the power of faith and the reality of divine intervention in our lives.
And we've only just begun to explore it.
There's so much more to unpack in this chapter.
So many people saw all of this happen too.
It's true. Verse 25 says, And the multitude did see and hear and bear record. And they know that their record is true, for they all of them did see and hear, every man for himself. And they were in number about 2,500 souls, and they did consist of men, women, and children.
2,500 people. That's a huge crowd.
It's not just a few witnesses.
Exactly.
It really emphasizes their collective testimony.
Imagine that many people all experiencing those miracles.
All feeling that sense of the divine.
It makes you think about how we approach spiritual experiences.
Our own experiences.
And the experiences of others.
Are we open to the possibility of miracles?
Even when they challenge our understanding of the world.
That's a good question.
It's easy to dismiss anything that seems too extraordinary.
We get caught up in our routines.
But this passage reminds us that there's more out there.
There's a realm beyond what we see every day.
A realm where angels minister.
Where the divine touches our lives.
In incredible ways.
It's like we're being invited to see the world with new eyes.
To be open to the divine.
To seek out those moments of connection.
Even if we don't always understand them.
And maybe it's also about recognizing the smaller miracles.
The ones that happen every day.
Those moments of love and compassion.
That remind us there's something greater at work.
I like that.
It's not just about the big events.
It's about appreciating the little ways the divine shows up in our lives.
And the power of prayer.
Not just asking for things.
But connecting with something bigger than ourselves.
Opening ourselves up to the miraculous.
And being grateful for the blessings we have.
Both the big and the small.
It seems like this chapter is really about recognizing Christ's love.
And the power of faith.
It challenges us to open our minds and hearts.
To the possibility of divine intervention.
In our own lives.
And to remember that sometimes the most profound experiences are the ones we can't explain.
They leave us humbled.
Filled with awe and wonder.
They change us.
Even if we don't know exactly how or why.
It makes you think about how we can invite that kind of divine interaction into our own lives.
How can we be open to the miraculous?
I recognize those moments of grace.
It's a question we each have to answer for ourselves.
But this passage offers some clues.
It reminds us how important prayer is.
Not just as a routine.
But as a way to connect and understand.
It also shows the importance of pondering, taking time to reflect on Scripture.
And on spiritual experiences.
Letting them sink in.
And letting them guide our lives.
It also highlights the need for compassion.
For ourselves.
And for others.
Christ's ministry was full of empathy.
And a willingness to heal.
That both physically
and spiritually.
And he asks us to do the same.
And it encourages us to be open to the extraordinary.
Not to dismiss things just because they challenge our understanding.
Or seem impossible.
Maybe the most important thing is, it's the invitation to have faith.
To believe.
Even when things are hard.
Yeah.
To believe that there's a power greater than ourselves.
That loves us.
That guides us.
And wants to bless us.
And to look for those blessings.
Not just the big ones.
Right.
But the everyday moments of grace.
This passage from 3rd Nephi.
It invites us to live with a sense of wonder.
To be open to the divine.
And to really live Christ's teachings.
Well,
passion.
And faith.
This has been such a great discussion.
I agree.
It really reminds you of Christ's love. And the power of his ministry.
And that we can experience that same love and power today.
If we're open to it.
Thanks for joining us on this journey through 3rd Nephi.
We hope you enjoyed it.
We really did.
We encourage you to keep thinking about these ideas.
And to look for those moments of connection.
With the divine.
In your own lives.
Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast for more discussions like this.
Until next time.